Alright, physics video, but it's not going to be about physics this one, so skip it if you're not, you know, unless the subject of internet security and the general subject of civilization and law and all that kind of stuff means nothing to you, then yes, move along. Internet life and trolls and, you know, the fact that there is much about the media, the mediums, that appear to facilitate what they're doing rather than prevent it, because they're part of the money generating engine, controversy and whatnot. And so I think the companies have some incentive to not create as much security as we're entitled to. The whole way everything is sold, right? They sell the idea of having a VPN, you know, to protect your security. No, it's just to make trolling possible. These are all tools for the evildoers, you know. They still haven't fixed simple things like spam emails and stuff. I mean, you know, all this stuff doesn't get fixed because somebody's making money off of it, and that's why it doesn't get fixed. But anyway, so being on the internet, you have this problem of, you know, people who want to cut the corners and cheat and harass people. That's what they want to do. You know, they want to win an argument by just like a heckler. They want to ruin the guy's act, so to speak, and they can't do it in some kind of honest way, and they can't, you know, have their own competing show or something like that. And instead, they have to cheat. You know, they have to get into people's personal life or something else, find some way to get to them, to extort them into behaving the way they want them, to say what they want them to say, to interfere with the whole idea of their free speech rights and all that kind of stuff. They can't accept that little piece of civilization. So they'll just lie, you know, tons of lies. So Farley's been guilty over the years of a ton of lies. And I've told him, you're lying, and I don't appreciate it. I made that clear by blocking him maybe 100 times. Clearly, he's breaking YouTube's rules to commit this constant harassment that's been over years. You know, the record's clear. It's not going to be a complicated story to tell. His little mission, and he justifies it by claiming I'm an anti-Semite, which is impossible to defend with a single fact. Now he calls me a Holocaust denier also, which, okay, maybe you can get away with that. I don't think you can, frankly. I don't think you're allowed to throw that accusation around, okay, merely because somebody doesn't agree with all the historical stories told about what actually happened. You're not going to find me defending anything about anything the Nazis did to the Jews. And I've made extensive arguments about, you know, putting stars of David on them, you know, forcing them out of employment, taking their money, all of that stuff I've said was, you know, that was the real problem. I don't know why the world didn't react when that was happening, frankly. Long before concentration camps, they had already destroyed any notion of civilization by saying there's this racial problem. You know, if you're born Jew, you know, if you have Jew legacy or something. Like I said, it wasn't even about politics. It wasn't even about the religion. It was somehow a racial thing. And it was just so obviously stupid and insipid and insane. Well, anyway, you know, so yeah, okay, if people are going to say you're anti-Semitic because you don't buy every single thing told to you by, you know, people with their own political interest, fine, whatever. You know, I suppose that's your prerogative, but I don't think I can clearly indicate that your statements say more than that. You put words in my mouth I didn't say, and that's the important part. And you've made claims that are just wrong and factually incorrect. Just a fact. None of my lawsuits were ever found to be frivolous. I actually had judges admit they were wrong in their decisions, okay? Admit that they violated my constitutional rights in their decisions. Admitted it. All right? I won a federal appeal. You don't win federal appeals as a pro se plaintiff if you're wrong. I've had judges thrown off cases because the judge was wrong. So again, this is, you can't say something that isn't true, and you keep doing it just to harass me, or just to force me to defend myself against these outrageous and insane accusations. It's a factual record, okay? It's going to be in the record. The police reports, okay, from people like you, the people you incite. It's a fact, all right? Now, you say you're not in any legal jeopardy. You've talked to a lawyer. I don't believe you have. Because I don't think any rational lawyer will tell you that the things you've done, the violations of YouTube's policies, the overt ones. I mean, YouTube's on the hook for some of it, frankly. But you've clearly, broken the system to harass me and nothing more. And that's all it is a harassment. You just want to find some angle, some vulnerability I have. And so I've pointed out, because I moved, yes, there's other people now vulnerable. In the past, I've pointed out, I don't care about my name. Okay, it's not some sacred thing. I care that you're using it. I care that people are allowed to do this. That was the point I've made from the very beginning. You shouldn't be allowed to do this because there are other people that need their security. It's very important to them to have their security. That's why some of this anonymity is very important, because without it, they can't talk. They don't have any free speech rights because they are vulnerable. Because this harassment does work. You can incite their neighbors. This is going to be part of the record too, jackass. Okay, I had a relationship with the mayor of the town I lived in. Okay, that was quite civil and quite decent until assholes like you started harassing him. Okay, they went after the mayor of the town to get to me. Okay, and it wasn't so much anything they said that meant anything. It was just the idea that, well, why is the internet harassing me? That was the mayor's perspective. Why should he be involved in any of this? And so it just became too inconvenient to have this external scrutiny be created because people hated me and they wanted to attack me. And so they did it through these other people. Right, so again, what's the point of this except to harass me? It's clear you're trying to do it. It's clear what your intent is. All right, and so this idiotic, he titles a video. I didn't watch it, but I heard what's in it, enough of it. Because we're done, okay? I mean, obviously he doesn't wish to make physics arguments. He wishes to attack me personally, and that's all he wishes to do. And again, that's all the trolls have fed him, and that's your prerogative. I've just made it clear to him as part of legal process. This is something judges like. They don't dislike it. They encourage you to tell somebody when they're threatening you, when you believe they're violating your rights. It's almost an obligation for you to inform them first before harassing the judicial system to fix it. I'm informing you that I have every intent, okay, when I can afford a lawyer, to prosecute you for your violations of human rights. Because this isn't just about me. It's about allowing assholes like you on the internet, okay, to do this horse shit. Now, you're going to have to explain to the judge why you think my personal information is relevant. There's no connection between my personal name and physics or the Amendum channel. There's nothing. There's no published, me in some magazine somewhere. So there's no reason to correlate anything. You're not informing anybody of anything. You're just empowering people who will attack me personally. You're just making my security. You're just weakening my personal security. And you know that. And I think the judge is going to know you know that. And that's the only reason why you're doing it. You're only playing with my name because you know it makes me vulnerable. That's it. There's no other, it has no other function. You know you're not supposed to do it, and you're doing it just for that purpose. So I'm just saying all I have to do is prove intent. Because proving your lies is going to be easy. Proving your desperate efforts to keep harassing me is going to be easy. Proving that it is intended for just that purpose of harassment is going to be easy. And so I'm informing you, yes, I have every intention. And there's no law against me informing you that I have every intention to sue you. There would be a law against me lying. unlike you, I'm not a liar. Okay, I'm not afraid of all my activities on YouTube being public. Every single message, everything, because I haven't conspired. I haven't done anything to harass anybody. I haven't done a single thing in violation, okay, of other people's rights and their dignity and all that crap. I haven't made all these false accusations. I haven't done any of this stuff. I have nothing to be ashamed of. You do. All right, and I'm just letting you know that, yes, of course I would stop you if the system allowed me to do that. But a pro se person can't initiate a lawsuit. Judges hate it. It's lawyer unfriendly. They don't want anybody using the legal system without lawyers, without paying this huge, gigantic fee for these idiots. And they are idiots. The judges are idiots. This is a real broken system. But again, you can't, you have to fight City Hall by fighting through City Hall, and unfortunately. So this is all the civilization we have, and so I'll try to use what little there is. But there's no law against me threatening you with the truth. There's no law against that, okay? So I'm telling you, quite honestly, I find your behavior disgusting, okay? I find it personally threatening, and it's certainly threatening to other people that I'm connected to, and that bothers me more, substantially more, frankly. And that's why you're doing it. And that's the only reason why you're doing it, is because you're looking for a way to hurt me personally, and this is the only way you can do it. And so you can't win an argument in any kind of rational way. You have to use these attack methods. And the fact is YouTube's is a feeble mechanism. I don't know why it's so bad, because it really shouldn't be this bad. So I'm just giving you fair warning that your record is going to be someday, okay. I have every intention of not letting you get away with it. So just keep adding to it if that's what you wish to do. Just keep demonstrating and proving as an absolute fact what your intent is and what your motivations are, and demonstrate that you don't care about rules anywhere. You're the one who doesn't care. You're the one who will break the rules anywhere you can to get what you want. Okay, and what you want is fundamentally uncivilized, un-American, and unconstitutional. You wish to violate my constitutional rights, and that's all. You're just attempting to extort me out of my free speech rights, and that's all it is. You're just a bully and a fucking mobster. Okay, showing up at my house and telling me about how you're going to burn me down. Unless I pay your fee. Which is give lip service to your bullshit. So, all right. So I don't know if I need to go into any of the further details. I'm just saying there's so many statements he's made that are just factually untrue. He knows they're not true. He had clean knowledge that they're not true, and he just says them anyway. That's against the law. You don't think so? Fine. Again, he said he talked to an attorney, but there's no way an attorney told him, yeah, what you're doing is just fine. Don't worry about it. No problem. And there's certainly no lawyer in the world would tell him there's a law against somebody who has previously sued harassers from informing another harasser that, I've done it before and I'll do it again. So if you're ready to play that game, then we'll play it. So keep it up. Keep inviting me having no other choice but to waste a big pile of money to teach you a lesson, to teach you what the law is. Okay, and the law isn't on your side. Now, the judges might be, okay, the politics might be, but the law isn't. You'll lose. And the very fact that I didn't actually ever lose, in the sense that I only lost by technicalities. There was no decisions. There was technical horseshit. Well, the one decision in the tax court case was ludicrous, where the judge admitted he violated my constitutional rights by telling me I couldn't argue constitutional issues, and then did nothing to fix the fact that he had violated them. Hilariously bad decision. And well, anyway, I'm just saying, just keep lying, keep playing your game. It's on the record, okay? All of it will be subpoenaed, and you think what you're doing is honorable or decent or under scrutiny. It can be seen to be perfectly appropriate behavior. Fine. I'm confident that everything I've done has been fair and decent, okay, and I haven't violated anybody's rights. I certainly haven't attempted even. I haven't even. I avoid anything that might appear like a violation of a right. So I'm not afraid of the process. So, you know, if you're a threat to me, your counter threat is you're going to sue me, I've invited it. You don't remember my past videos where I told people I'd actually pay for them to file a lawsuit against me? I will pay the fee, okay, the $400 fee for you to file a lawsuit against me. Go ahead, as long as there's some appropriate statement saying that, you know, if your lawsuit is found to be frivolous, that I get paid double back. Because it will be, all right? Because you don't have any evidence that I've done anything. All these crimes you think I'm guilty of. I'm guilty of expressing my opinion, fuckhead. Okay, now I might do it in ways that are unpleasant, but nobody's forced to listen. I'm not harassing anybody. I'm not commenting on their videos. I'm not preventing them from blocking me. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not playing my videos in their videos. Yeah. So I'm just giving the club fair warning. Like I said, and he's sort of implying that I somehow did dox somebody or did any of this stuff. I never did any such thing. I just told Cato the Wiser. I told him the obvious. I said, if you're going to defend this kind of behavior, then if I was to say this, it's somebody else who did this to you, if we found out what your name was and where you lived, that we publish it, you know, let's take some pictures of your lawn, you know, or we'll take some pictures of something else. We'll get them on Google, and I'll publish them in my videos, and you'll feel fairly treated. Okay, fine. If that's your standard, go ahead and say it's okay then. But understand who you're supporting. That's my only argument to Cato, was who are you supporting? What are you supporting as an argument? You know, so this is the end for Farley videos, in the sense that even if he makes a physics video, I'm not watching it. And, you know, it's gone further than it should have. I shouldn't have allowed it to go this far. I shouldn't have even indulged in some, you know, benefit of the doubt bullshit about somehow he has a real argument to make on physics, because he really doesn't have any real arguments. And this is all just about personally attacking somebody he doesn't like, and he doesn't like me for insanely crazy reasons that he spouts, but his real reasoning, I think, is something entirely different, because I don't think anybody could make any kind of rational argument that I have any bigotry against Jews. It's just too fucking stupid. You know, so, but whatever. Go ahead. You know, I can't stop you from being insane. I can only give you fair warning that your insanity is violating my rights, and I think I can prove it. And when I'm afforded the opportunity, if I'm afforded the civil opportunity to do that in a practical matter without it making me poor, I'll do it. Okay, so fuck you. And the end. All right, so that's the last of Farley. And such. And then, you know, other assholes to come later. You know. But anyway, so yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I don't, like I said, I don't think there's much other details. He knows nothing about the law. He's obviously not consulted a lawyer. If he told the lawyer what he has done over the last 7 years or whatever, there's no way the lawyer's going to say, "Oh yeah, no, you're perfectly, you know, you're in the clear. You know, there's no problem. You haven't overtly and deliberately harassed somebody, and then, you know, attempted to, invade their personal security in ways that are overtly dangerous and, and maliciously so. Again, like I said, this isn't an accident he's creating. This is a malicious effort, and that is going to be so easy to prove. So, like I said, yeah, that's all there to be said. And just fair warning, asshole. Shouldn't, like I said, shouldn't have to do this. I mean, YouTube won't even let me have more than, I have quite a few channels. I can't even access my channels anymore because they require a phone number. And now, I have a Magic Jack phone number now, and places like Craigslist don't even accept those, so you can't even use those. So I can't even find a way to get on some of these platforms because I don't have the correct kind of phone number. And so therefore I'm not a legitimate citizen. I can't have a legitimate account. Yet these trolls are just allowed to do this all over the place. How is that possible? I mean, they're so good at stopping me from even having, accessing my own accounts. And yet they'll let these assholes do this over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, clearly they got to be accountable for that kind of inefficiency in the system, and clearly they'll have a fair claim to say this person overtly lied and cheated and broke their terms of service rules to gain access to create these harassing accounts. And so it's going to be on you again. You're going to have to explain to the judge why it was okay for you to violate YouTube's rules and regulations to perpetrate your revealing the truth thing or whatever you think you're doing. And so you're going to have to defend, that you're fighting the cheaters by cheating. So go ahead. Good luck with that, fuckhead. So anyway, this needs to be done now and then, I suppose. But it is a terrible position. This stupid internet thing, anonymity thing. I don't go for it. Frankly, I want a society where everything's, I have a really secure Social Security number that I could even print it on my chest because it's my number. It's mine. You can't have it. Nobody else can have it. It's mine. A real system of accountability would be great. And so I'm not a big privacy nut, but this system is really bad in the sense that we don't have any security because the cheaters have so much power to keep cheating. The liars are not prosecuted often enough, or ever, really, right? I mean, they just never. All these people who do all these fake things, that whole fake Trump thing with the guy making the claim that the Trumpies beat him up and stuff, and I mean all that. He didn't even go to jail. I mean, fuck, insane. I mean, I hate Trump, but I mean, that kind of shithead should be punished. You gotta punish liars. All the women who make fake, false claims of rape and shit, they got to be prosecuted hard, because there's nothing worse than these liars and being forced to defend yourself against liars. Anyway, there's plenty of things worse. Don't get me wrong. It's just something that we, in a decent civilization, it's not something you would have to do. Is waste your time. Correcting liars.